I'm John the Blanket.
And I'm Steph Legit.
And I'm Morley Safer.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm Joe the Box here at the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in all the land, and I will wrestle anybody that tells me otherwise. We have so many great things coming up with the America First movement. That's where I feel like we belong. We have a super duper day today. You know why? Panel.
What?
It's the first 100 days of our great president, Donald Trump. And if you could go back to that shot over there, because I'm going to show the world how we. That's a good shot, too. I found this in the warehouse. Do you believe it? Does this make us communist, or does this make us America First? Any comments on that down the line?
This is a great 100 days, and we are in the best venue for this 100 days, the America First Warehouse, Joe the Box, bringing it to you live. We have all you want for the America First platform.
And our president, what he's accomplished in 100 days is mind-blowing. 2 press conferences a day. Is everything transparent? I think I have Kash Patel whispering in my ears over here. It's a great day to be an American. Justice will be
He
served.
can't be whispering in your ear. He's busy doing investigations that everyone is so ready for arrests and whatnot. But we also have our cabinet, our beautiful cabinet of this administration, having press conferences every morning, bringing us live updates, what's going on in the country for real, not fake news, real news.
I would like to introduce in the middle over here a great friend of mine. His name is Michael Loftus, and you might see him on the Greg Gutfeld show. I had happened to went to the same Army Navy surplus store that he did this morning to get so we could have matching jackets. Michael is a fantastic patriot. I've known him for many years. After Trump was first got involved, Michael came into my life, and we created cultural change. And this is what we're doing. We're changing the culture, and Mike's going to get more into it, but we do that show tonight at the America First Warehouse with all of our viewers and followers are very familiar with. And tonight, Mike will be performing with a cast of characters and patriotic. Well, I guess they can go on either side, but you won't do well if you start smashing America, America First. I'm pretty sure about that. Michael Loftus, my friend, welcome to the show. How you doing? Where'd you come from? Where you going?
It's great to be here. I love coming down to the America First Warehouse. It's live events. It's a studio. We're creating all kinds of content. Who couldn't love the red, white, and blue aspect of it all? It's fantastic. I was just in Los Angeles doing shows. Then in the city last night had a great time on the Greg Gutfeld show, and then tonight we're going to be doing it's a comedy showcase. Some of the funniest people on the East Coast will be right here on this stage and just cracking wise. It's just woke free, good old school comedy, right? Remember when stand up was just funny? No, not anybody. It's not an open mic night, for the love of God.
No, but to see his show, though, we want to see what's funny.
Oh, yeah. I think we do have a few tickets left, and it's going to be, we're going to tape this, and it will be at Studio TST, which is Netflix for people who love America.
Now, Mike, I have a lot of inside scoop to what's going on, and I understand what you are trying to do. I'd love for you to explain to the audience, what is Studio TST? How did that bounce off of your original platform? Was really a sketch comedy like Saturday Night Live, but funny, if you recall. Mike.
Well, the 2-minute version of this is that it was right in the beginning of the scandemic and the lockdowns and everything. And I'd been approached because I have a history of writing for TV shows in Hollywood and movies and blah, blah. So a group wanted to do like a right-leaning version of Saturday Night Live, sketch comedy. And so I'm like, here's some of the hurdles that you're going to have to get over. And it's a mountain of BS that you have to cut through. And it's not an easy task. However, I met you, Joe, and you had this wonderful studio facility. And I'm like, you know what? We could try it. So we put together a show, and then we knew It's not going to be on Netflix. It's not going to be on Amazon. And at the time, remember, what was that platform that got unplugged? It was the social media app.
Parlor.
Parlor.
Yes.
So Parlor had just been unplugged. So I'm like, okay, so we have to buy our own computer servers. We have to be able to stream this ourselves. We have to be completely independent. So we did all that. We did the shows here. Jim Brewer was on stage. The crowd, people just absolutely loved it. So I'm like, okay, well, let's keep going. We'll keep doing more episodes of that show tonight. And then it occurred to me, because I'm a little slow. I'm a little slow sometimes. But I'm like, we have our own servers. We have our own platform. We have our own website. We should make this way bigger. Because I was watching my friends in Hollywood who couldn't get jobs anymore because they weren't DEI. I was watching the way movies were going. I was watching what Disney was doing, what Netflix was doing. And I'm like, this DEI, this woke agenda is everywhere, and it's not going to go away. And I know Trump was like, oh, you got to close your DEI. They're still doing it. They're just going to be less bald-faced liars about it. They're just going to hide it a little better. So we started Studio TST. Studio TST has that show tonight. We do events in Nashville. We did a live streaming event with John Rich and Cat Turd. We did Turd Stock, which was just some of the greatest talent in in Nashville. And so now we're doing more stand-up shows. We've got original movies. We've got short films. We're adding documentaries. We've got stand-ups from, like, before it was woke. Ray Romano, Drew Carey. It's the best of the best. So we're adding content to the platform all the time. And I just want to thank everybody for their support, everybody for subscribing. You can sit around and you complain about, oh, I can't believe Disney did this. I can't believe Warner Brothers did that. You can do that from the sidelines, or you can jump in and help us out and subscribe and support and tell your friends. And that's how you make a real difference in the culture.
You know, what I think is most fascinating is how the comedians have uprised and enlightened our voices. And I want to say thank you for that, Michael, because it was necessary, right? Everyone relies on comedians to kind of just lay back and relax and enjoy ourselves and have this type of entertainment that helps us to reflect on our own personal faults sometimes, and it's wonderful. When the comedic community was attacked under woke law, as we shall call it, it really showed us a different side of what was happening. And I think it took the veil off of the truth. And the comedians came out in unity and expressed it in such a beautiful, artistic manner. Freedom of expression. Thank you.
That's true. And I think Jerry Seinfeld was the first to stop going to college campuses. He said, I can't do my material and not get heckled on campus. So he stopped at one point, correct?
It trickles up. Like, I stopped doing colleges. You guys, this has been building for a while.
Yeah.
This didn't just start a couple years ago. Right. I stopped doing colleges in 2004 because, people were... I had this kid who wrote a letter. It's like, I can't believe that comedian would do that German accent and imply that Germans were Nazis. I'm like, dude, did you not? There was a lunch lady. There was this German lunch lady. And one of the things, like, you get paid for doing the show at the college, and then they also go, oh, and we'll give you lunch. So they give you this little ticket. So before the show, I'm going through the lunch line to get like a little Danish and a cup of coffee. And this lunch lady's like, you must have your ticket. And I'm like, that's hilarious. The German lady going, ticket, please, ticket. So this guy wrote a letter of complaint saying, oh, the comedian was implying that all German people were Nazis, and as a descendant of, I'm like, holy crap, this is not worth it.
Right.
So yeah, it's been building up for a long time, and for the longest time, there was only a handful of comedians who had the cojones, you know, to criticize other administrations and talk about what was really going on.
That's right.
And it was a lonely couple of years.
Right,
Yeah.
could
I'll
imagine.
tell you what, though, thank God for like a Charlie Kirk who goes right into the belly of the beast on a daily basis, and you could watch him on Real America Voice as well. But, that was a closed for any kind of right information, comedy, or anything into the colleges. And now they
Now they're not getting any money anymore, right?
Well, the wonderful thing
Other
that
things are
happened,
happening.
because like I was on the very first season of Red Eye, and people like Trump, Trump and his courage and for going on and facing all the adversity that he's faced, Elon Musk for buying Twitter and going forward, and guys like Greg Gutfeld make a huge difference because if you lean to the right, you're just not allowed to participate in Hollywood. You're just not. They won't hire you. You can't move forward. And that way they can have they used to have this illusion like, oh, people on the right aren't funny. If you lean to the right, you just aren't funny, you're just not talented, and that's why you're not in Hollywood. And that's what the great thing about Gutfeld is like, okay, give Gutfeld a show, let America decide, and that's why he's got the #1, program on late night. It's so thrilling to watch. And so that's what we want to do with Studio TST is provide more entertainment for everybody who's like, I just want to laugh. I just want to be entertained. I just want to listen to good music. Studio TST.
I happen to be a member of Studio TST.
What?
Yes, I am.
We
And
accepted you?
I was accepted.
We got to look at our vetting process.
I don't know how you did it. I think it was, did I have a
can't
credit
cancel,
card?
Joe.
It was just, did I have a credit card? That's all I needed. And I was in.
that's right.
And, my wife is also a member. And I found this out. We got 2 subscriptions going on. I said,
Nice.
aren't we watching the same channel, honey, you and I? It's hilarious. But Mike Loftus is hilarious. He's bringing culture. He's bringing cultural change right here at the America First Warehouse. Come tonight at 7 o'clock. We got a few seats left. I'm sure we're going to squeeze you in for a night of incredible comedy. Mike Loftus will be here with Michelle Fox. Who's some of my other buddies?
Oh, Kevin Downey Jr.
Kevin,
Our buddy
we
Kevin
found
is
him.
going to be on the show. He's a funny character.
We're going to be back in 5 seconds. We're coming back to Kevin Downey, going to be joining us at the America First podcast.
Hi, I'm Kevin Sorbo. Now, many of you remember me as Hercules, facing incredible odds for the world that he cherished. But today, I'm stepping into a different role. Not as a mythical hero, but as a fellow American. I'm inviting you to embark on a mission crucial to our nation's future. At this pivotal moment, America stands at a crossroads. Our unity, values, and vision for tomorrow are being tested. It might seem like the weight of the world is too heavy for one person to lift, but history shows us that it's the courage of individuals that has always illuminated the path forward. The call for heroes is more urgent than ever. Not the mythical ones, but real-life individuals like you, ready to uphold what's right, champion truth, and unite in protecting our beloved nation. This is your moment. Your journey as a modern-day hero starts right now. Stand with AMAC and let's show the world the power of true heroism in action. Visit amac.us/hero to join AMAC. Be the hero our country needs.
The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler, Donald Trump's language, mirrors this directly.
Well, Hitler was duly elected.
Let's deal with Hitler, okay?
I don't think it's hyperbolic to say that is Mussolini Hitler-like language.
It's a democracy.
No.
Okay, Mike, you're going to grab it right away.
Welcome back to the America First podcast. My goodness, what a morning. What a day. I was told 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's what I heard, my friend.
God bless you.
You know what? I hear the control room, I go. I'm like a mouse. We've got a guest joining us. He's going to be on the stage here later. You can hear him on the radio. You can see him on live from Studio 6B, and you'll see him right here on stage, cracking wise with the very best of them. Kevin Downey Jr., how's it going? Good morning, bud.
Hey, buddy, how you guys doing? Thanks for having me on. Cracking wise, that's good. That's good.
Right?
I'll be doing my little skits.
Don't you hate that when people come up to you as a comedian and they're like, "Oh, here's one you can use in your little skit." Oh, you just want to punch them, but I understand that's against the law.
Yeah, and it's usually the most racist thing you've ever heard. It's heard this from my granddaddy. You can use it if you want to. He used to be an exalted cyclops.
Right? I remember when who was the guy that Biden loved? The KKK guy.
That was
Robert
Senator
Byrd.
Byrd from West Virginia.
Yeah, I remember when Facebook, there was a meme going around, and it was friggin' Joe Biden holding up Bird's hand, and they go, "Oh yeah, Byrd was the exalted. He was a grand dragon in the KK. He was a grand dragon." And Facebook would go, "Oh, that's fake news. That's false." And yeah, he wasn't a grand dragon. He was an exalted cyclops.
Yeah.
That's what their problem was. It's not that he was in the KKK. It's you got his title wrong.
I love that. Fact check. This is completely false.
Right? He wasn't a grand dragon. You get out of here. He was an exalted cyclops. We're not going to let you sully the name of Robert Byrd. So you had a great show last night. We were coming in from the city, and in the spirit of self-destruction, we were watching your show in the car on the way out here to the America First warehouse. How long have you been doing the Studio 6B show? It was awesome.
You know what? I was always just sort of a fill-in guy for a while, and then now I'm just on every Friday, live at the America First warehouse in front of people, and then we've got the steak truck outside. Yeah, baby.
That's
My
great.
favorite food
Frank's
truck.
Steakhouse. Frankie's.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
With the bar too. I think we got bars open. You
Yeah.
get in here. I don't know when we open up the doors.
See, this is what I love. This is what I love about how like television is changing and viewership is changing, and people can just enjoy this. They can watch on their TVs, they can watch on their phones, their iPads. But you can have a steakhouse. You can have a bottle of booze on with you. I remember as a kid, you would watch the Dean Martin roast, and you'd be like, "Are they really drinking? They're edgy." And now you guys are just getting hammered.
We don't like to waste any time, Mike. We like to put it in the big gear. Yeah, you know that. Kevin Downey Jr., I got to tell you, my man, you on a regular radio show, and I have been on the show a handful of times, and I would, if you get the opportunity, Mike, because I think the promotion for each other is very important. But he's got quite an influence. People from all over the country were calling you. So your radio is reaching, I don't know, one guy from Kentucky and, some other states. Is that from radio, or is it from Studio TSB? Where are you getting that
You know
from?
what? So I'll be honest, Joe. Some of that is from 36 years of stand-up comedy, because I've been all over the joint. Some of it is from me writing at PJ Media, but a lot of it is from people who watch live from Studio 6B.
Did you live out of your car when you were traveling around the country?
I'll tell you this. There was one point where I didn't have an apartment for 8 months. I just went gig to gig to gig.
Wow.
And I may have slept in a couple of Walmart parking lots because they have the 24-hour bathroom open. That may have happened a few times, but yeah. It was a great 8 months. It was a great 8 months. I was just free, nothing to do but comedy.
That's
You wrap up
fantastic.
your Saturday night gig, and now you've got to be somewhere else in 2 days, and then you get in the car and you turn on the radio and drive. I didn't miss a moment of Rush Limbaugh for 8 solid months. It was great.
I got to ask you this. So as a road comic to road comic, I know we've traveled back and forth across the country. What was the place that surprised you? What were you like, "Oh, this gig is going to suck," and then you were like blown away by how the response that you got?
So in the late 90s, there was no internet yet that we had to speak of, really. Maybe it's the mid 90s. I was doing a gig in Ozark, Alabama. In a
Really?
sports bar, and the stage was a ping pong table, and I thought, man, this is going to be a hillbilly fest. This is going to suck. But they couldn't have been nicer, and it was one of those gigs where, well, they bought me so many shots, I ended up heaving most of them in the little wooded area next to the Waffle House at around 2 a.m.
Oh,
Very
man.
prideful, very prideful.
That's great, though. It's great when you get those surprises, and I think that helps probably with your TV show and your radio show when you realize that, like, people are fantastic throughout the country, and there's always going to be these surprises. I remember I started my stand-up career in Ohio, and one of my first gigs was in, like, Lexington, Kentucky, and I'm like, oh, boy, here we go. And it crushed, like, some of the best people ever. And it's like, you just realize you can't have these preconceived notions because people are pretty awesome everywhere.
Absolutely, man. And my motto now is either I'm going to have a great gig or a great story.
That's awesome.
Nice. You know, Kevin, the great thing we were talking about, thank you, Michael, before. Want to thank you as well. So the comedians, they're always hoping, right? I'll land that TV show or I'll get this. Now in this day and age, and a lot of thanks to cancel culture, you each have a medium, right? The podcasts have come out and you're able to have a voice that you've never had before. Explain that process, how that transition occurs and how it empowers your art even more.
Wow, great question. Thank you. I'll tell you this. Let me give you the back end of that. And I'm sure Michael has come into this too, where you get to a gig and they say, hey, we've got a YouTube guy. He's gonna sell out the place on the Thursday, and we'll have you middle. And the YouTube guy can't do time. He may draw people, but he's got nothing to say, and he can't follow someone who, like a comedy veteran like myself or Michael. They can't follow that. But what we can do now, we can harness Rumble and YouTube if they don't kick us off. You don't need to move to New York City or California to make it anymore. No matter where you are, if you can build a crowd through YouTube or what have you, even Twitter, then suddenly that gives you the power. And you can go to the clubs and say, hey, I'm going to sell 700 tickets over the next 4 nights, and I want this much money. And then you do it and you make money. But yeah, the rules have all changed. You don't have to move to a coastal city anymore to make it. Just make it, so to speak.
Yeah, it is truly the Wild West, and the rest of the country is kind of playing catch up to this new reality of, like, anybody can reach billions of people through the internet. And what Hollywood used to have, they used to have, we have the means of distribution. You make your thing and you make your show in our studio. We'll put it out. We will be the arbiters of what is good and what is popular. And then we can have Facebook and Twitter, massage the algorithm and make this unreality seem real. And that's the exciting thing about, life today. The guardrails are off, and just good things can just rise to the surface, and that's the exciting thing, really, about Studio TST and all the stuff that you guys are doing here at the America First Warehouse. It's a fantastically exciting time to be in show business.
Kevin.
Absolutely. Yes, Joe.
Kevin, it's Joe the Box here. You will be here on Friday night with us at Studio 6B Live, and you're going to be here every Friday night as we continue this process. So I want people to know that Friday night they can come in at 7 o'clock, enjoy the show here at the America First Warehouse. After the show, they'll be able to shake hands and talk to you, right? Now,
absolutely. Oh, yeah. I'm not going anywhere. This is Joe, we've waited a long time to have a party. I mean, Joe Biden's gone. You couldn't have a real party with him in office, but now that Trump is back, we've got Friday nights at the America First Warehouse. We're going to bang out the show. I'm not going anywhere for the next 2 hours. As long as that party's going, I'm going to be here too, saying hi to people, hanging out, maybe even having a bourbon or two. Who knows?
well, that's why I wanted to make sure that you know that the people are going to come here, and I want the people to know, too, when they come here, they'll be able to interact one-on-one with these great comedians and with these people that have gotten their butts kicked for the whole last 4 or 5 years. So did I, by the way, Kev. So because you supported MAGA was the reason why they shut you down a lot, right? Do you find that still around, a lot of it?
So that's a great question too. Thanks, Joe. I'll be honest. I lost a ton of money coming out loud and proud for Trump back in 2016. People just stopped booking me, and all right. So I may or may not have allegedly been in Washington D.C. on January 6th. Someone offered me a gig. It's John Decker's birthday. He's the White House correspondent for ABC. Do you want the gig? And I was like, you better Google me. You better Google me. And they're like, oh, geez, yeah, you can't have this gig. So I lost a ton of money. But I'll tell you, Joe, this is turning around, especially in places that aren't full of commie pinko stains. All right. These roadhouse gigs that I do in the Midwest, those are great. I just did 2 fundraisers for firehouses in Pennsylvania. Great cause. We get paid for that. So I'm going to where the people who want to see me are. I'm dodging. Like, I'm not going to go back to, I don't know, let's say Chicago, someplace where they don't really like me. Like, I'm just avoiding those venues and those markets. And I'm sticking to where the people, and keep in mind, Trump won bigger than people think. It's almost everywhere you go now that isn't New York City, or L.A., or maybe Seattle. You're going to find real Americans who want to laugh, and they're not going to be uptight. Oh, I think you just offended me. Take it back. I'm going to have.
We have a few seconds left, Kevin. I can't wait to see it tonight. Where can people reach you with your website and get us out of here for the commercial?
Oh, thank you. Go to Twitter at KDJ Radio Show. That's where everything happens. I put all my stuff up there. My website's coming back up soon at KDJ Radio Show.
Peace out, Kev.
Thanks, bye.
Hi, I'm Kevin Sorbo. Now, many of you remember me as Hercules, facing incredible odds for the world that he cherished. But today, I'm stepping into a different role. Not as a mythical hero, but as a fellow American. I'm inviting you to embark on a mission crucial to our nation's future. At this pivotal moment, America stands at a crossroads. Our unity, values, and vision for tomorrow are being tested. It might seem like the weight of the world is too heavy for one person to lift, but history shows us that it's the courage of individuals that has always illuminated the path forward. The call for heroes is more urgent than ever. Not the mythical ones, but real-life individuals like you, ready to uphold what's right, champion truth, and unite in protecting our beloved nation. This is your moment. Your journey as a modern-day hero starts right now. Stand with AMAC and let's show the world the power of true heroism in action. Visit amac.us/hero to join AMAC. Be the hero our country needs.
The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler, Donald Trump's language, mirrors this directly.
Well, Hitler was duly elected.
Let's deal with Hitler, okay?
I don't think it's hyperbolic to say that is Mussolini Hitler-like language.
You say Nazi enough times, someone's going to actually have the guts to do it.
Donald Trump would invoke Adolf Hitler.
What percentage of this event happening was due to Donald Trump's rhetoric?
Don't miss Trump next time.
What do you make of the excess deaths?
None of us, not the president, not those hypothetical guys in the smoky room fully know what's going on, but we can speak about the unfolding of recent history with certainty.
Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy.
That is not how it works. That is the threat to democracy.
No. No.
You anti-Semitic piece of...
When you make it difficult for people in their lives, they lose their ideological bullshit.
Free fries when you get vaccinated? Vaccination.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
Welcome back to the America First Warehouse Tune In Tuesdays. We have an awesome panel here today, and we're going to bring you a segment for this portion on education, what's going on with Trump's executive orders. He had 6 of them passed this week, bringing up to his 100-day mark. And some of those we're going to talk about. We're going to bring up on the screen, asset number 5, if you don't mind. We're going to talk about Trump's executive orders, 6 of them signed. Number 1, universities reporting foreign aid. We had Trump come down hard on Harvard, and we just understand that they have renamed their DEI department, Community and Campus Life now. Will that stop them by changing the name? Well, $2 billion is on the line, so let's hope so. Second up is accreditation. No more DEI. So when a school is up for accreditation and they're being evaluated, they have to make sure that those components have been removed from the accreditation process. Number 3, HBCUs, the historically black universities and colleges. Trump comes through again on his second term, being sure to create a commission within the White House to assist them for greater reach. Then we have AI in education, putting America first again by making sure that students are prepared on the global level for what is coming at us in artificial intelligence. And then we have disparate theory discipline. They're making sure that that gets removed in the way that teachers can now discipline in the classroom. Fabulous. And last but not least, Missy from this chart, so we could take it down, is the the bringing back apprenticeships. He's making a new focus on trade schools. We need them back, and we need our students to begin to learn trades. We're super psyched about that. So bringing us further into what's going on in education, we hear Huckle, she's crying about how the state New York right here is having issues with the budget. However, her and the legislators have finally seemed to come to some agreement on this $250 billion budget, crying that the state has robbed them of so much the federal government has robbed them of so much funds. If she would just comply with DEI and stop trying to shove it down our students' throats and in our departments of health, then perhaps we can have a better budget. But going into the school system and talking about all of these great changes, we have an amazing guest on today. He's also been a co-host panel here. It's Mike Simonelli, retired Army officer, retired Suffolk County officer, and the author of Justified Deadly Force. Mike, thank you for joining.
Hello, Lisa, America First Warehouse team. Great to see you guys. Thanks for having me. Wonderful. And it's great to be retired twice.
It's wonderful to have you on, Mike. You do amazing work. I want to say thank you again for serving our country, serving our community, and now you're putting your foot in the ring to serve our local school boards. You're running for a school board race in Smithtown, is that correct?
It sure is. I'm running alongside Karen Ricciardi and Al Cafora. We are the conservative choice for Smithtown.
Wonderful. Mike, you just heard me reel out the 6 executive orders. What are your thoughts on those implementations?
Oh, it is great to see what President Trump is doing. One executive order after another. Talking specifically about disparate impact, we know, okay, Kathy Hochul's crying now, but Cuomo and the Democrats weren't crying back when Obama had threatened to withhold federal funding if schools didn't start using their disciplinary policies in a disparately impacting way, saying that they can only do it according to like racial quotas. So rather than going according to how students are misbehaving, making their fellow students threatened for their lives, their safety, they didn't want schools enforcing discipline on certain races above their percent of the population. And what they found, a study showed that schools were burying these incidents. So once Trump was elected in his first term, he got rid of this disparate impact. And then in 2023, Biden brought it back. So now we're going full circle to where it should be, which is just like American values based on your actions, not your race, not your gender, what you do, and be held responsible and not punish everybody else, either by neglecting to do your responsibility as a school and keep those children safe, or feeling that you're worried about hurting people's feelings because of numbers or statistics.
You are right on target. I will say this. Let me share this brief story with our audience as well. When I was an educator in a local school district here in Suffolk, I had a student who thought it would be funny to be consistently late for class. And so I made sure I locked that door once that bell rang, and he had to be respectful about the time frame. So afterwards, had to go down, speak to the social worker because he had to go and get a pass to come to class. Oh, you can't do that. Yeah, can't do that to him. Can't lock him out of the classroom or anything like that. Yeah. So I said, well, what's the issue? He's, of a certain race and color, and that's really mistreatment and so forth and so on. So I said, okay, no problem. I called his house. I said, well, if I can't keep him out, then I'm going to talk to the mom or the dad or whomever may be there, the guardian. And sure enough, he comes into school the next day and he says, oh, Mrs. A, he said, I never expected you to call my house. I promise I'll never be late again. I said, oh, really? What's this change? He goes, my mom's in the military. He said, I can't make mistakes like that. I said, oh, really? And I thought to myself, wow, the social worker said that he probably has this home life that doesn't teach him how to be on time. That is literally what the social worker was telling the teachers, that we have to understand that these children come from this disparate theory type of thing. Meanwhile, once his mother found out, she was strict. There was no disparity. This woman had rules. Right. And it worked out great. So to your point, you are exactly 100% right. Meritocracy is what Linda McMahon used while Trump was signing those executive orders. And can you speak further to what is happening exactly that made you want to run?
Well, having spent my life protecting the country, the county, I saw firsthand with you, we go back to 2020.
That's right, full disclosure.
The battlefield is really in the classrooms for our children's minds. And President Trump knows that the greatest threat to our country isn't being invaded by Russian and Chinese forces. It's being attacked from within by woke radicals using our freedoms to spread Marxism and socialism. And in our schools, they're doing this under the Trojan horses of DEI, CRT, SEL, where children are taught to see themselves as victims or oppressors based on their race, and now an emerging array of genders and sexualities. So it's great seeing President Trump with his executive orders with the accreditation, making those accreditors base the program and the university on what they're teaching on fact, on science, on how it's going to add value to them to get a real job versus, I think, 25% of those graduating with bachelors can't find a job that's going to pay to make up for their student loans.
That's right.
And I think 40% for masters. But here, and you wouldn't think you'd find this kind of stuff in Smithtown, which is a very conservative Republican stronghold.
Are you sure? Because there was a Newsday article. I thought we were white privileged in Smithtown. Was that wrong? I thought there was. Okay, just saying. Go ahead.
Hold on. Here's I'm jumping in here because it's driving me crazy. So when is the election? What we got to make sure we get you elected, bro.
Right.
When's the big day?
Big day is May 20th.
May 20th.
May 20th.
May 20th. Everybody, mark it down. Circle it on your calendar. Call your friends. Because this is 110% correct.
Dick, you throw up that asset up before. Can you throw up that flyer from Mike real fast? I want to get it up too, just in case. Let everybody know who his compadres are here. Yup, we have Ricciardi, Cafora, Simonelli.
This is how they always do it. They have these elections on the craziest days, and everybody's like, "Oh, that happened? I didn't even know."
That's right.
They think it's going to be in November with everything else, and it's traditionally it's on May 30, May 20th.
The enforcers of the Democrat Party, the teachers union, they are out in full force for school board elections. And what we see is they are running the show, and typically their candidates get elected. So I am naturally what I believe in: America first, secure borders, no DEI, no radical transgender, meritocracy. those things shouldn't be political. That should be in our schools where we're
Yes.
teaching academics first and always.
That's right. And Mike, we know, right, that the LGBT network also threw their hat in the ring, saying they were going to enforce a bunch of candidates, back a bunch of candidates to, quiet down any people who were against this, movement. However, the head of that network himself has a very shady past. I understand that millions of dollars in state contracts were removed from Kilmnick due to some inability to properly process his budget and so forth and so on, and prove where he was spending the money. There is a lot of concern about a comment he had made at a school board meeting last year or so, that the words mom and dad should be removed from educational arenas. Yeah. So there is a lot of fear too that this man uses, children and students to his benefit, pushing GSA clubs and whatnot, more for his own interests in expanding his reach and his power.
100%. And what you're referring to was 2023 Comsaqua. He said that the mom and dads, those words shouldn't be used, which is similar to the National Coming Out Day pledge that he had put in schools, including Smithtown, where kids would go on a QR code and then agree to, not use hetero statements like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, and use they in type of words instead.
Oh, amazing.
I believe the children are our future. We got to get you elected, buddy. May 20th. That's the day.
Yeah.
That's right around the corner. People need to get fired up. Get a bee in your bonnet. Put a burr in your saddle.
That's right. That's right.
We'll be right back. Thanks, Mikey.
Thank you, Ricciardi Kafora Simonelli.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kevin Sorbo.
Mike, I want to put that
Many
sign
of you remember me as Hercules, facing incredible odds for the world that he cherished. But today, I'm stepping into a different role. Not as a mythical hero, but as a fellow American. I'm inviting you to embark on a mission crucial to our nation's future. At this pivotal moment, America stands at a crossroads. Our unity, values, and vision for tomorrow are being tested. It might seem like the weight of the world is too heavy for one person to lift, but history shows us that it's the courage of individuals that has always illuminated the path forward. The call for heroes is more urgent than ever. Not the mythical ones, but real-life individuals like you, ready to uphold what's right, champion truth, and unite in protecting our beloved nation. This is your moment. Your journey as a modern-day hero starts right now. Stand with AMAC and let's show the world the power of true heroism in action. Visit amac.us/hero to join AMAC. Be the hero our country needs.
The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler, Donald Trump's language, mirrors this directly.
Well, Hitler was duly elected.
Let's deal with Hitler, okay?
I don't think it's hyperbolic to say that is Mussolini Hitler-like language.
You say Nazi enough times, someone's going to actually have the guts to do it.
Donald Trump would invoke Adolf Hitler.
What percentage of this event happening was due to Donald Trump's rhetoric?
Don't miss Trump next time.
What do you make of the excess deaths?
None of us, not the president, not those hypothetical guys in the smoky rooms, fully know what's going on, but we can speak about the unfolding of recent history with certainty.
Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy.
That is not how it works. That is the threat to democracy.
No.
You anti-Semitic piece of...
When you make it difficult for people in their lives, they lose their ideological bullshit.
Free fries when you get vaccinated? Mmm. Vaccination.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
The America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
We are back here at the America First Warehouse on the America First podcast. Rather redundant. I want the message to be clear. It's only America First. It's only America. It's only America First. Hey, we got some unbelievable things happening here at the warehouse starting tonight. I think the doors open at 7 o'clock. The bar opens at 6:30 as far as I'm concerned. We got Frank's Steakhouse outside. I'm pretty sure we got that going on. And we have Mike Loftus here, my buddy, coming in with a bunch of his great Patriot. Yeah. Because they have to be. If you're not a Patriot, don't bother coming in. All right, so I guess I'll kill. Is that more than half the country? I don't think so. It's less than 20%. They lie to us all the time, This weekend doesn't end. This keeps going on. Friday night, live from Studio 6B with a live audience here at the warehouse. We expect to have about 100 to 200 people. Very similar to tonight, Mike. We're rocking and rolling. People got to come in and see what a great voice and a great message we have for you. Culture comes true here at the America First Warehouse. Then we're going to end it on Sunday with a little car show. I think I'm going to have to start up my Corvette, 1980. Black 1980 Corvette, America First, true spoke rims with the mirror T-tops. You might remember that. That was me back in 1984. I got it back again. I'm back again, back to the future with it. And Johnny boy, go to him over there. Tell me about your car, Johnny.
79 Corvette, same color and that I had when I was younger. So it's an honor and blessed that we got those bad boys, you know. And also Nelson Medina with his signature artwork on it. It's America First. Car show on Sundays.
It's at St. Patrick's in Smithtown. And you know what, Mikey? I'd like to hang your sign over my car saying to vote for you on May 20th. That's a great opportunity for us. And I love the way Mike Loftus brought it to the table. We got to get this man elected. We got to stop the insanity and get back to some reality like our great president is doing. All right? I think we got the events. If I missed anything, go online and check it out. Tonight's more important than anything, right, Michael?
It's just going to be fun, right? Just let's have a laugh. It's going to be comic after comic after comic, and it's all going to be just a wonderful evening of entertainment. You'll have a great time. You'll laugh. You'll cry.
From laughing.
From laughing, yeah. You might even pee a little.
We won't tell anyone.
Right?
Yeah. We'll get you a pee-pee pad. I want to tell you this, though.
From the Joe Biden Traditional Library.
The empty suit. I will tell you this. We have a lot of great things happening, and the reason why we're so excited is because Donald Trump is celebrating 100 days today. Is it today or tomorrow's his 100 days?
I believe it's tomorrow.
Because he can get a lot done in 24 hours.
That's right. He has a rally in Michigan tonight, so if anyone wants to watch that, I believe Rav will be hosting that tonight.
Yeah, you can watch it on Real America Voice because America First Warehouse is powered up by Real America Voice. Unfortunately, you cannot watch that show tonight's comedy tonight, Mike. Why not?
You cannot?
Well, you can't. You can come here and watch it live.
Yeah, you come
That's
here,
what I
you
mean.
watch it live, and then you go to studiotst.com and you can watch it there. Or maybe you want to watch a feature film. Maybe you want to watch a music special. Maybe you want to see episodes of that show tonight and go, "What? This is way better than Saturday Night Live." We got it all at Studio TST.
The powerhouse of Mike Loftus, what he brings to the table, and tonight you're gonna be laughing so hard. I think we should get some PP pads. They might be left from the pandemic. I think we had a couple of them left over there. 100 days. Anybody got a comment? What's their favorite 100-day thing? Mine's the border. It's closed. Thank you, President Trump and Tom Holman behind me.
Did you see his press conference yesterday morning with Caroline Levitt live at the press room? It was amazing. And then someone asked him, why is he so passionate about this? And really, you have to watch him talk about how he was in law enforcement for his entire career and how closing this border and what it meant to stopping the fentanyl, to stopping the trafficking of human beings, the rape trees with children's and women's underwear, to hear the truth that the cabinet members and everyone working with this administration giving the truth about what happened to people that came across this border that no corporate media will ever talk about. And really, that's where the sin of it all is, that we've kept the truth from the people, and now they know it for themselves.
That is 100% accurate. I saw Tom Homan's reaction regarding the women and the abuse that occurs on the trail. And I'll call it, I said it before and I'll call it again, the modern day Trail of Tears is really what's happening. This is a forced migration. It's orchestrated. And we see so much hypocrisy about it. The Catholic Charities had contributed to it greatly. It was receiving money, USAID. Well,
They
so you'll
had
have the
buses
liberals,
lined up, ready
bustles,
to move people around.
tents, and you'll see the liberals saying how much they hate, Christianity, no religion should do this. Oh, it's judgmental. Catholicism is this. But they were okay with Catholic Charities bringing across, families or children, unaccompanied minors, which was another thing that they found in Doge was there was 11 paid-for legal organizations, nonprofits, that were hired just to represent the 26,000 unaccompanied minors that came in across the border. This is horrendous to know that 26,000 children were separated from their parents in their homeland and brought here. And even though they should be represented, that's understandable, but let's take that money and try to reconnect these children with their families. It's insane.
Okay, so I'm jumping in real quick. Tommy Holman has been a powerhouse. That guy's moving with purpose. Yeah. Donald Trump is moving with purpose. Elon Musk. Here's the surprise. Frickin' how great has Marco Rubio been?
Stellar.
That guy came off the bench like Babe Ruth.
Yep.
So here's
Absolutely
what has to
stellar.
happen now. The GOP needs to step up. Like, these executive orders are great, but the GOP, we need to turn this stuff into law. It should be working like a conveyor belt.
Yes.
Don't forget, everybody, and this is what drives me crazy. They were ready to throw Trump in jail. They were throwing MAGA people in jail. Like, they were arresting them and they were the J6ers. We have to move with purpose. It's the GOP now. We got to get this stuff passed into law because you don't get a lot of chances like this. Our country was going down the toilet. We have a little bit of a respite. We can catch our breath. What is the problem? We have the House. We have Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi would have a majority of just one person, and they changed frickin' health care forever.
Right.
So we need to get in there and twist some arms, let people know how pissed off we still are.
No.
We're not relaxing. I got my foot on the gas, baby. Let's go.
Mike
Never
is
have an
100%.
idea if it wasn't for our President Donald Trump. 100 days of lives that he saved.
Yes.
I don't even have a count for that with the fentanyl. I think it was over 70,000 a year that died from it. So these families that aren't going to have to go through that pain, thank God for Donald Trump and what he's done with the border, and forget about everything else, which doesn't even shadow that. But he's an amazing guy. Makes me upset to listen to Fox News and hear Brett Hume say he did a great job on the border. But other things they're worried about, because there's so many questions and not sure. I know one thing, we're in the best hands we've ever been in this country. Thank God for Donald Trump. Thank you, Jesus, for Donald Trump.
Corporate
Yes.
media will always want to phrase the narrative so that we always have a little bit of hesitation. We can't be 100% in. Well, at America First, we're 100% in, and we understand that there's going to be a little bit of pain, short-lived. But once we get over these hurdles, these tariff wars and everything else that's going on, we're going to be great.
But you know what that is? It's like going to the gym, right? I'm a little sore, but now that's how your muscles are going to grow. I think America is into it. It's like, yeah, it's going to be a little tough, but boy, man, we're making better cars here in America.
Well, I
We're
love
making this. During the frickin' lockdown, I remember when we couldn't even get like penicillin in this country.
That's right.
You're done for. You're a joke of a nation if you can't do basic medicine. We don't need to manufacture
And how
steel
are-
in America.
yeah, how
what
are-
do you need steel for?
How are doctors not talking about the shortage of medicine? Even we're at the peak of it. If India and China holds back the raw material,
Right.
we can't make it penicillin or
We
antibiotics.
can't give you
So-
penicillin, but if you need puberty blockers, we're putting those in the orange juice. They got millions of those.
Those are things exactly came out of congressional hearing during this pandemic. But also, back to your point about getting these things into law, that's one of those things. We need to make sure that the medicine and the priorities that we need in our country are made into law. We're at the 100-day mark. Trump has only 5 laws passed, whereas I think Biden had 11 already at this point. And in his first term, I think he had about 23, Trump, but they were minor. And we need to get the ball rolling and moving. Come on, Mike Johnson, step up.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with the Republican Party, but I got to tell you, I had worked my butt off, and I went and got signatures to be a committeeman in the town of Smithtown. Maybe we'll bring Mike back in. I'll talk to him about that. I was rejected.
To even run, though, you didn't even get a chance to be on the ballot.
I'm not really sure where I won, but I was rejected. And I'm like, me? I haven't got rejected since my wife on our first date. So it's very hard for me to take this, okay? But I am okay with it because I'm going to let everybody know that Mike Simonelli and the board of we want from our education, because, you know, they don't want me because the first thing I would probably do is cancel the library, close it down. I would close the library down, take that $36 million, and I would put it back to the people that can't afford to wash the side of their house, the mildew off. It's very upsetting to watch what's happening. And even in the town of Smithtown, they want to buy they want to build an apartment complex for affordable housing. How about a single-family home? That's what I would like to bring to the table.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they're doing across even New York City. You can see the city of Yes. You can see it in Westchester County. This is what Rob Astorino in the county of Westchester fought against. It's being able to build all of these multi-apartment facilities where we do have single-family homes now.
Oh, yeah. We see that happening right now. Huge crisis in Huntington. They're looking to build 3,000 more apartments. These are unaffordable. We had 1,500 in Ronkonkoma as well. And it's all about you will own nothing and be happy. It's insane.
Wake up.
All right, listen, we got a couple seconds left before the show ends. I want everybody to see this. This is my That Show Tonight t-shirt, which we will give you tonight at the door. Michael, you're going to love this. We got beautiful long sleeve. We got some girl short sleeve. We got the V-neck. We got beautiful soft. At the table, you'll be able to see tonight, we're going to give you t-shirt free. We just want you to sign up for our thing, right? We want to sign up monthly. Tell them, Mikey.
You sign up for Studio TST. You unlock a world of entertainment for a super low price. Why? Because we bought too much of the factory and we don't want to count it. We're going to pass the savings on to you.
And this free t-shirt. Yeah, the free t-shirt. Come and get it and be a member of TST, That Show Tonight. I am a member. My wife's a member. We're all members now. We love this country. Thank you, Donald Trump. First 100 days, the greatest time of my life.
It's gorgeous.